and two persons were there with the doctor. So exactly three people. All right. Now the first thing had manifested.
Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss a Mind Body Spirit video.
Hello everybody, my name is Suyash. You're watching Mind Body Spirit. Today I will be sharing with you not one but two exciting, powerful law of attraction success stories. So do watch this video till the end and let's get started. So today's first law of attraction success story has been sent to me by Nick. Nick has sent it by email and I have named the success story on behalf of Nick, manifested exactly what I visualized. And Nick writes, "Dear Suyash, thanks for running the Mind Body Spirit YouTube channel. I have been watching for a while and as many have already let you know, it's bloody brilliant." Well, thank you so much, Nick. Keep up the great work, mate. Thanks again. I have a manifestation story. In mid 2018, I went on a trip to Wisconsin in the USA for a workshop. A day or so before the workshop started, I was staying in a very cheap and simple motel room. This was soon after arriving at the airport, and somehow my luggage had been misplaced by the airline and didn't arrive with me. This was a little alarming for me, but I was intent on staying positive. This was a little alarming for me, but I was intent on staying positive. Wonderful. And then he continues, the airport staff also let me know that they had a service that would find my luggage and bring it to the motel room I was staying at. We had arranged that they would drop it off at 12 midnight. The luggage would arrive at 12 midnight. And I was told to hang a sign outside my room on the door to notify the person dropping it off who it belonged to. Okay, so to inform who was staying in that room, he had to hang a sign outside the door so that when the people come with his luggage, they would know that that's where they have to drop it off. All right. And then he continues, because I did not have a phone on which I could be contacted, it was quite a chancy operation. So a lot depended on chance. All right. In the evening, I managed to forget about the deal and also forgot to hang the sign outside and actually dozed off for a few hours. When I woke up, it was 2 a.m. So he had missed the midnight. All right. It was 2 a.m. and I freaked out, thinking that I must have missed the drop off. This was not the best news for me because I had no way really of contacting them. Stuck in a foreign country, no phone, no credit card, no contacts, no clothes or any supplies. And then my commitment to joy and trust kicked in. I love how he has written this success story. And then my commitment to joy and trust kicked in. And for the next maybe 1 hour or so, I enthusiastically and trustingly visualized two things, two intentions. Number one, that my suitcase was in the room with me, under the desk, across from my bed, lying open with all the clothes and supplies visible. And number two, the second intention, that I had somehow acquired a random sum of money so that I had some more cash to be able to spend. And that this pile of money, I pictured currency notes, he has written in brackets. And this pile of money was sitting on top of the desk, neatly stacked. All right. This process was one of joy, and I was thanking the universe for delivering me these things. For the money, I imagined having some random rich person say to me, "Here is some cash." That's what he visualized. All right. I just let go and trusted, deciding that it would all work out okay and that it was time for bed. So he went to sleep again. Then the miracle happened. It was about 4 in the morning, I recall, and I had switched off the light, lain down under the covers and begun to await sleep. Then I faintly heard what sounded like a car pulling into the motel car park and saw the headlights light up my windows. I waited for a second and I realized that yes, it definitely was outside. Keep in mind that this was at a little after 4 a.m. I opened up the door slightly to see and saw somebody in a large car unloading some of their stuff. To me, it seemed to be a guy who had just arrived with his family at the motel really late and they were beginning to unpack their stuff. I was just about to turn around, and now this part he has written in block letters, he's really excited. I was about to turn around and close the door when he took my purple trunk out of the boot. Boom. After receiving it, I was in absolute ecstasy. I mean, they had said 12 midnight and I thought I had missed it, but here I was past 4 in the morning and it had arrived. Wonderful. And then he continues. Remember, he had a second intention. I poured this supreme boost of positive energy into my money intention. The next day, the fellow running the workshop had organized to meet for lunch. At lunch, he gave me $50 for no reason other than his kindness. And that evening, I returned to my motel room. I sat on the bed and looked with great gratitude at the sight of exactly what I had envisioned. An open suitcase under the desk and a pile of money neatly stacked on top of it. Wonderful. This taught me lots about trust and particularly the power of positivity and no resistance. This taught me lots about trust and particularly the power of positivity and no resistance. I hope you enjoyed this success story. Thank you again for your efforts with the YouTube videos. They are invaluable, Nick. Thank you so much, Nick. What a great success story. And what it reminds us is that, even practitioners of the law of attraction sometimes run into, tough situations. People think that, Suyash, you must have such a wonderful life. I do have a wonderful life. I'm so grateful for everything. But I also sometimes run into trouble, just like Nick did. When you run into trouble, and I'm not saying that I'm an expert in this, I am also learning that this should be done. But when you run into trouble, you should try to, control your panic. You should try not to get into this negative state. You should try to remain positive, trust the process, trust the universe, and just look what a beautiful change that can really bring. And Nick's story actually teaches us that. All right, now it's time for the second success story. Now, why the second success story? Sometimes I receive these wonderful, powerful success stories, but they are really short. If I make a video with that success story, it would be just like a 1.5 minute video. And so I feel, why make such a short video? So what I've decided to do is that I've collected many of those small success stories. And so what I thought was that I will actually include those smaller success stories in videos with other normal sized success stories. And I think it would be great because you will be getting not one but two success stories. Let me know down below in the comments if it's a good idea. I should continue to do that. And now it's time for the second success story. So this success story was actually posted by a viewer on our channel as a comment to one of the videos. Now his ID does not have a name, but the story is not anonymous because his display image is his photograph, but unfortunately a name is not there. All right. Anyway, so the success story is, 2 days ago, I had to go to the gastroenterologist for consultation. There was a possibility of doing an endoscopy test in which a pipe is inserted from the mouth to see what is there inside. It had been done earlier once and the experience was too bad. So I wanted to avoid it. There was only a possibility of it as the doctor would do it on symptomatic basis. So the doctor would decide after meeting him whether the endoscopy was needed or not. I had to eat nothing for 3 hours. In order to avoid it, now how he has applied the law of attraction. In order to avoid it, I kept saying to myself that the consultation with the doctor was great as never before, and the endoscopy has not been done. The diagnosis is normal and absolutely nothing serious. All right. Also, I acted in such a way to avoid endoscopy that I had a meal before 1 hour of consultation. So even if the doctor would have said he has now had his meal, On the way to the doctor, I also visualized that only 3 persons, inclusive of the patients, were present in the doctor's chamber. A chamber which is normally full of patients 99% of the time, as he is a top class doctor. I went there and guess what? Only 1 patient was sitting with his reports in the waiting room and 2 persons were there with the doctor. So exactly 3 people. All right. Now the first thing had manifested. I had to wait only 15-20 minutes and then the doctor called me. I had a great positive meeting with him regarding my health and the diagnosis was absolutely normal. Endoscopy was not done. This is one of my many experiences of the law of attraction in my beautiful life. Wonderful. What a short and sweet success story. I can imagine your relief, when the doctor would have told you that a tube will not be inserted in your mouth. I cannot even imagine that happening. All right, what a great success story. And this person has mentioned that he has many more experiences. I'm sure many of you have many experiences. So do contribute to the law of attraction success story. All the details are down below in the description. And before going, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know how you enjoyed this success story. Also, don't forget to give this video a like. Also, subscribe to the channel Mind Body Spirit and press the bell icon. Now, to make the most out of this law of attraction success story series, watch at least one, if possible more, videos of this series every day. And you will see that as you watch more and more success stories, as you expose yourself more and more to these real life successes that people just like you have had, your thought process will change. Your perception of how the world functions, your perception of how powerful you are, how powerful your thoughts are, all of that will change. And as a result, the speed and certainty with which you apply the law of attraction will change. It will become much faster. It will become much more powerful. So right now on your screen, there will be a link to a playlist containing all the videos of this law of attraction success story series. Go to that playlist, watch videos every day and notice the change.